So this is why I'm probably never going to buy an iPhone again. I'm so fed up with Apple and their corrupt systems and their monopoly on a lot of the market. Why? My phone was working fine just recently. I use it every day. I have my apps on it. I have my Revolut on it. So I have my money in the account on it that I use to pay. I even use Apple Pay. And I did not pull any money out of my pockets from the Revolut to put it into the main usage, whatever, into the main, because I know a lot of corrupt agencies or subscriptions are trying to take money as much as they can. Now, this is what I get. Suddenly, today, when I got back from the gym, my phone started flashing green. No water damage, no prior issues, no fall, nothing. But continued usage. Now, this puts me in a very tough place, honestly. And as someone that's currently sick, this is just another issue that I did not want to encounter today. I'm grateful for where I am, but this really pisses me off because now I have to find some way to be able to pay for either a new phone without having access to my accounts or pay to have it repaired. Now, iPhone, and if this was my issue, if it was my fault, if I dropped it, I would understand. If I put water on it, I would understand. It's my fault, I resolve it. But let's take a look. First, let's take a look at the Apple stock. Rising October 3rd, 172, and it kept going up. Went down for a bit until now we're at 223 USD. Why? It's probably has a lot to do with the new iPhone release, the iPhone 16 Pros, the iPhone 16, the AirPods 4, and the iPhone 16's usage of universal intelligence and artificial intelligence. Now, let's look at current major challenges. Apple is facing multiple challenges. First, they have a suit being by the US government, which is alleging that Apple uses hardware and updates which make it much harder for other competitors to even compete. Now, another issue is they abandoned a project which was supposed to be about cars. They abandoned it. I believe they abandoned it because of AI, because they realized the future is solely in AI and they don't want to be left behind. Another major issue is decoupling from China. China is has put a lot of mistrust or is really not trusting Apple anymore. As you know, in China, they have a lot of Apple fakes. So Apple fake stores that you can go to that basically seem like real stores and you can buy from them. Now, am I the only one experiencing this issue? Or is it an issue that's persistent with updates made by Apple? Let's check. iPhone screen green after iOS 17 update. Okay. Hi, I'm Rahul. I'm using iPhone 13 and now update to iOS 17 becomes face to green screen problem. Anyone suffering this issue? Pro Max 13 running iOS 17.2.1, and since 17.2 update, flashes white and slow, fades to green and back. It sucks. Full reset and display tweaks, nothing works. Stop releasing BS, untested patches. Seriously, a bit of UAT prior would be awesome. And there's many, many examples. Just to list a few. On the Apple community, so you would think they would be aware, right? Now, help. Woke up today to the green screen of death. So suddenly my phone, 14 Pro Max, started blinking and everything went green. What are my options now? The device is out of warranty, 1.5 years old, no Apple Care plans. This seems to be an issue that's happening across multiple devices after updates. I'm sure the device does not have any physical or water damage. Any hope of replacing it? Location in India. Now, this is something many, many users have been facing all across the world. Not only in India, not only in Spain, not only in the US. Let's look at another comment. Now, why does this keep happening after updates? Isn't it a bit suspicious that Apple keeps, isn't it a bit suspicious that the Apple keeps facing problems after every major update? Right? Isn't it suspicious that every time you release a new phone, the old phones stop working or slow down or CPU slows down? Right? Why? I get it. You want to increase profits, right? You want to incentivize people to buy your new products, right? And you will use any way possible to do this, even slowing down problems, even slowing down products that they paid for with their hard-earned money. It doesn't matter how old the product is, right? You never know. There might be a girl somewhere, or a man somewhere, or a boy somewhere, or a woman somewhere that had to save years to be able to afford one of your products, one of your materialistic products, right? But they wanted to be like the other people in school, but they don't come from a family with a lot of wealth. Now they buy the newest iPhone, and that's the only one they can afford for several years, and they're very happy. They smile, they walk into that store, they get your full experience. Oh, hello, yes, yes. Oh, I want to have, oh, it's your name? Yeah, you want the Apple ID? Yeah, sure. They walk out with this bag, the white Apple bag. I have it right there. And they're happy, right? She walks around, she smiles, she finally did it. Right? Even though you should not aspire to materialistic stuff, but there's a lot of psychological effects or causes of why this girl might want to buy your phone, and you are aware of those because you play into them with marketing. That's why you are as big as you are. Now, imagine after all of this, the girl is so happy she uses her phone. And 4 years later, you have the newest releases, right? You have a release every year. But somehow, you don't always slow them down so noticeably until her phone is 4 years behind. Now someday she wakes up, checks her phone, wants to take whatever selfie or wants to talk to her friends, and she faces the green screen of death. Because you decided your update is more important than a long lasting value. Now, she took care of this device like it was a precious baby. She never dropped it, never even came into feet of water, never even faced water, never even took a picture of water with it. Because she read all the details on how to take care of it the best way possible. Well, no, she might have used it to try and do some TikTok or YouTube or whatever. Now suddenly, this girl is back to square one, right? And her phone that she might have had all of these memories in, that she put in all of this hard work money, suddenly stops working. And she goes to the store and she asks for it repaired, but she gets told, "Oh, your Apple Care is not valid anymore, or your Apple Care, we can repair it for €400, $400, 400 baht, whatever currency it's in. Almost as expensive as 50 to 70% of a new phone. When she could go feed her family for a month off this money. Now, I understand we're in a society that values all of this stupid materialistic shit. Because people are emotionally damaged and have been pounded on by corporations and by all of you constantly, have been dopamine dosed, have their self-esteem decreased, and all you care about is stealing their time with watch time, right? And all you care about is making them compare themselves as possible to your henchmen or to your puppets that you pay handsomely. But even these puppets are miserable because they live a life that they don't. They portray a life that they don't live. Because if you strip all of it away, we are only left with what? We are all the same. Everyone has to go to the toilet at some point. Right? And the one thing this girl had left was this stupid value that she placed on the phone. But it's not stupid because I understand, or because if you understand, it meant something to her and it was worth it. Now suddenly she has a group of friends again. Or suddenly she's in a popular group with the rich kids, right? Whose parents work and slave away most of their time to have the appearance of wealth, right? And to say, "Oh, look at me," right? But we forget to look inside so much, and it's getting to a point where, I studied law. I love business, right? And I'm good at it. I have a business. I'm a consultant. I have a great apartment, 2-bedroom apartment, in one of the most sought after neighborhoods, in one of the most sought after cities in the world. I don't care anymore. Like, I don't care. I don't care. Right? Where did humanity go? What happened? I remember smelling the grass. I remember running around, my feet touching the grass, just being happy. Right? I remember sitting with friends and family and just being happy. I remember smiling purely out of love, out of connection. Right? And the reason I'm saying this is it astonishes me that after all of this that the girl went through, you would be so evil as a corporation to tamper with something that she already bought previously. Now, if you kept releasing new products, right, and then like you do, you add a little bit to the iPhone screen, make it bigger, you add new updates, even though you have the best employees in the world, the most money that you can pay, throw at them to truly do innovative stuff, right? And then you host these big events. We all know in business it's about experience, right? Because that's the only thing that sets you apart, technically, right? Any business, if person A comes in and you treat him terribly, and then person B comes in and you treat him amazingly, person B will keep coming back to you to feed his low self-esteem, while person A will probably talk badly about you to other people who will be like, let me try it. And then they go and then they get treated well and they feel superior to person B because, or person B probably did something wrong or had a wrong attitude. And that's why they treated him badly, or I'm this, I'm that. But what happened? Maybe the vendor had a bad day, or your salesperson is racist, whatever, right? I don't care. That's your issues, right? We live in such an individualistic society that's becoming increasingly narcissistic. But it feels like we are not realizing that we are being tampered with by corporations to make as much profit as possible on both sides. They make you feel like shit. They give you something that makes you feel better, then use that something to make you feel even more shit. It's like the cigarettes. Imagine. That's how you can become a billionaire, right? You invent a problem. You can also go and look at a problem and then find a solution. That's how every business works, right? That's business 101. But to truly become wealthy, invent a problem. And make sure everyone else considers it a problem. Right? Or invent something that's terrible for someone. And then invent a solution to it. But don't make the solution an actual solution. Just make the solution good enough to mask the actual problem. But if you're sneaky enough, you can put something in it that causes another problem and then invent another solution to it. And it keeps feeding itself. And this is what society basically is nowadays. Imagine we had people like, why does everyone that invents a cure for cancer magically disappear? Think about it. This agenda is not human. It's not. It's anti-human. And once we realize the real threat, or wake up to the real threat that we have, we can attack it. Or at least be aware of it and not be blinded to it and not fight amongst each other every day. We have enough issues going on personally to, try to help someone else. You'll see, it will help you too, right? Helping someone, give someone on the street, don't walk by them. There should not be people on the street sleeping in the dirt, no matter how much of an asshole they might have been. Because if we trace it all back, these issues all stem from something that could have been prevented by love, by care. Something to think about, man. My name is Hudson, CEO. If you have a business, a startup, or a business idea, and you truly want a consultant, an advisor, someone that can actually help you, right? Someone that can actually help you make money while taking your product and marketing it. And it will work with whatever product because it's in the head, right? But yeah, subscribe, like, comment, or don't. I don't do this for any recognition. I do this because I love it. And I have things I want to get off my chest. And I want to help. I truly want to help businesses. Because even though I'm young, I believe I know how to. And it's proven many times. So I wish you guys all the best.